Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Rise of the Phoenix. And we are going to be carrying on right where we left off last time because it is just too painful to dwell on the fact that we have just lost many of the mothers of our tribe. And just as little Zushu Dawn, our very first winged baby, was born. He's got double wings is what I mean to say. No offense over there, Ro, and our others. We do have two wings currently in the tribe. I don't think anybody else has wings, but I do think that the touch of the phoenix is the feathered wings, so we're gonna have to be a little strategic over how we use the bat wings. I just really don't think that Phoenix, the mother phoenix who decided that the tribe should stay here and try to create phoenixes meant for her children's children to take to the sky with bat wings. But I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm gonna think about it. We might occasionally have a blessing of bat wings. And I do think we should have somebody calling out though to see if we can attract a wanderer who has bird wings. But I digress. So my friends, we are carrying on right where we left off last time. Do check out the previous episode or our wonderful Nicheling wiki to untangle the arrival of a devious rogue, this rogue male right here, who unfortunately got Namiel pregnant when she dove to try to protect the food resource that he was going for. She was very young and had never run into such a terrible rogue before, and now she is heavily pregnant with the rogue's child and still tasked with being a gatherer of the tribe. But as kind of a kindness to her from the Nicheling gods, she has a chance of giving her children nimble fingers or even bat wing, which would at least elevate her child in the eyes of the tribe and possibly even have her child be married or bred into the noble or phoenix lines. So we'll have to see what happens with Namael. I feel so badly for her, our poor little wandering gatherer who became pregnant from the rogue. And we are still gathering up a lot of food. Taro, you are a noble. Ash is over here. Rota has 8 days left. We've also got Rico. She's got 5 days left. I cannot wait to get the phoenixes so we can recreate them in Sandbox with longer age spans. It's just too brief a time to be able to enjoy with all of our nichelings. But I think, yeah, oh yes! And String Bean! Marvelous String Bean has just shocked the tribe by being able to eat the toxic berries that we were actually saving to feed to sickly nichelings, or perhaps unwanted wanderers who weren't quite as devious as the rogue slipping away again. So String Bean is so cool. She could actually eat the toxic berries. We might have her breed in the tribe. She has peacock tail, female peacock tail. Let's see. Peacock tail, female peacock tail. I guess they are two different genes entirely. So I would just love to be able to get her scorpion tail passed on. I love that her name is String Bean. She has a scorpion tail too. But alright, so the goals for today are to gather as much food as we possibly can to try to have a few more children. And as I mentioned, perhaps get a few nichelings, perhaps the nobles, or perhaps a nicheling who just isn't very good at collecting. But I think maybe the middle hierarchy of our tribe, the noble line, should begin to spend a little bit of time calling out so that their voices will echo across the waters, perhaps reaching nichelings who are currently abandoned on the ice floes as this land continues to be consumed in ice, and inviting them to arrive on our whale, Titanic, and hopefully join the tribe and serve the tribe until our phoenixes are born. So let's see. I mean, little Pepper could probably do that. She's not particularly good at gathering, so I guess any nicheling who happens to be near a tree trunk can go ahead and call out if they don't have any food to gather, at least for a minute. Is there anything to dig? Nope. All right, Pepper's gonna pop up here. Rose has barricaded this side to block that terrible rogue. We're gonna let poor Namael go ahead and gather up some food. She's confused and hungry. She's going to be giving birth soon. Speaking of giving birth, Honey is due to have another child. Meavy, being directly descended from the Phoenix line, is allowed to have the heat body icons even though she isn't heat bodied. She does have recessive heat body though, and IMB immunity. That eye immunity is quite persistent. However, Ember, who unfortunately does not have a heart of Ember, so she does not have... Dang it! Of course she wouldn't have recessive heat body. I wonder if it's like tied to eye immunity for us for some reason. Well, little Mivi has plenty of options for mates, so we'll have to look into that. Honey is going to scooch over and get comfy. Her mate Flame loves watching over his mate. He is one of the lead males of the island. He's the current leader of the island since he is the son of Phoenix. I think I might move them. Is there a good spot? I think I might move them more towards where little Zushudan is, and he might, of course, Zushudan and Yuka have just been born, and they are still sitting on the bones of their mothers. And we shall have Flame come over and watch over the infants and raise them almost as his own. He shall take them in under his beak, and he shall watch over them. He knows that his mate Honey and Mivi will be joining them shortly. There's a nest here for Honey, and they will be able to take care of all of these little ones. Meanwhile, little Raro is quite concerned about where his mother has gone off to, but has been caught by the king, basically. We'll just use the phrase king and queen and princesses and princes for the Flame line to make it easier on ourselves, I think. He has been caught by Flame, and as a heat-bodied nicheling, Flame will be quite intrigued to teach the young one how to use his powers. He saw his mother do the same thing long ago. So come, little Raro, and step forth to the grass, which has, over this ice age, evolved to become so tough that no other nicheling can dare to be able to pull it up. And feel the power within you. Feel the heat within the center of your being. Feel it rise through your body, into your fingertips, and slash! Haha! And now Raro has been taught by the king a new trick. As in this tribe, as you guys know, only heat body nichelings can heat up their claws enough to destroy the grasses, which I think is a really cool little trick. And then over here, the rogue male is trapped by Rose, who I think is quite proud about that trick. And Taro, he would make a good mate maybe. D&D, nope. He has that hammer tail. Who would you be a good mate to? When it comes to, this is, see, just like in real life, when it comes to nobility. And oh man, Taro, you look so cool. He looks awesome, doesn't he? Oh, you guys, I think he's one of my current favorites. Not to mention, I love that his name is Taro, taro, like the taro root, which is popular in Hawaii. A lot of my family, since we are Hawaiian, love fermented taro. Oh my gosh. I haven't had it for a long time, but I don't recall it being very good. But maybe I would like it now that I'm older and have somehow also learned to love sauerkraut. Ooh, we should have a baby named Sauerkraut. That would be a perfect name for some of these tribes. Pepper has recessive hammertail, actually, so she might make a good mate. Pepper, yeah, Pepper is actually of the noble line, now that I'm looking at all of it. Yeah, so Pepper should actually get, you're actually a noble anyway, Pepper. And here I was thinking that you were just a gatherer. No, you are a noble, because you are descended from the noble line. Yeah, you'd be a good mate for Taro. Unfortunately, we might lose heat body, but would you guys have healthy babies? That's the important thing at the end of the day. All right, he might go over, he might hear her calling as she learns to call out and go over to see what's up in just a bit. Meanwhile, his little brother Ash has heat body actually, and I wonder if Rota will begin teaching his son as well. Let's have him come over. Oh, and Rota will be playing almost a game with his son. All right, Ash. I know you can hear me, but it's difficult to see me because of the grass, isn't it? Well, just like the many other powerful heat-bodied nichelings amongst our tribe, try sensing the heat within you. Feel it rising in your body, crystallizing in the tips of your claws, and try to pull at the grass around me. Yay, he did it! Alright. Well, of course he could, but like I said, only heat body nichelings can pull that trick off. Very nice. I think Rota would be quite proud of his son, and he'll dash in the grass over here to continue playing this game and hopefully gathering us some nesting material while we are at it. All right. Tabasha? You have Saberfang and Heat Body Recessive, so that makes you a noble. You're going to be quite playful, I think. We'll have her kind of jump and play in the grass. Rico? She knows her needs as a noble. She really wants to go and spend time with Rota, who is her really preferred mate, but she and Kikar have agreed to at least try to have another child for the sake of the tribe, since they are having some pretty good ones. Oh, little! Yes! Haha! Meanwhile, Kikar is getting quite a bit of food. Wonderful. And I do believe that he is actually teaching Ember how to do a little bit of hunting and gathering herself. So, Bunnel! Too bad she can't reach it. Alright, let's see. Is that everybody? That is everybody. Alright, 1, 2 pregnant females. Oh my gosh, this tribe. Whoa, okay, who do we have here? Oh no, baby Beans! No! Baby Beans is sickly. She literally has nothing going for her. Oh, we had our very first badly sickly princess. She just has bird beak. She has no noble line. I think Honey would be very devastated. Her little one is just not strong at all, and perhaps not long for this world in the way of wild creatures. Meanwhile, Karashu has been born. Kind of close to Kikar. We might name him... Let's give him a little bit less of a mouthful of a name. Let's name him, let's see. Rikar. Rikar. There we go. After his father and his mother's name. But he has been born! He has little stripes as well, recessive saber fangs, but nothing else to really write home about. I think that now that they are up to 2 children, we actually would feel that we have done our due diligence trying to pass on the Phoenix heat body and some of those Ice Age traits. So Rico would definitely be eyeing up Rota again. They don't have very long, so I think she's going to give a little purr to her baby. She'll be back. And then she and Rota will hopefully happily see each other again. Yeah, I think they're just a bonded pair, so I think they're quite happy to be together again. Meanwhile, Ember, our lovely princess, who also only has... she's got almost no proper traits. What do we do with a sickly princess? I feel like Little Beans is so sickly that she might be sent to gently sleep, kind of eat the toxic berries and gently sleep away. Which is kind of what the royal Phoenix line might have to do by example. Oh, Honey's gonna have a very hard time coping with that, but we'll have to see if that's actually what happens. All right, Ember's learning how to do some good hunting. Nice. She really did some great hunting there, actually. Ember, what are your traits? Oh, Kikar. I think he might do it, you guys. Here, on the edge of the island, with Kikar knowing that his time is coming, and being left with the beautiful Princess Ember, with her beautiful black beak and black ram horns, I do think that Kikar, who agreed to a arranged mating of principle, may actually, I can't believe it, but I do think that we're going to have a little bit of a, look, they're completely unattended. He has been left alone with the beautiful young princess. He only has a little bit longer to live. Even though this would be considered a wasteful mating, this would be considered almost criminally indulgent because they are trying to save their resources for the rise of the Phoenix. I feel it in my bones, my friends. Kikar would try to romance the princess. However, what genes? I haven't been given. Kikar, get some useful genes. What are you doing? For crying out loud. All right, Kikar, look. Princess Ember actually has double bat wing, probably because she's of the Phoenix line. I think the Phoenix line will get whatever flying ability we currently have. Kikar, you're being a little bit naughty. I kind of want to give him something a little more playful. Maybe, like, I'm gonna give him maybe a stinky tail, just to have something a little bit more playful. And I think I'm gonna give him not really anything hand related, because I would love for Batwing to be passed on, but I'm trying to be kind of picky about who gets to have it in their mutation menu, to make sure that it aligns with kind of a bit of a storyline. And I think I'm gonna give him spots, because I would like to see a little bit more variation amongst our tribe. Or no, let's do mask. That seems like it's fitting. So, can he romance the princess in secret at the edge of the island? Oh, Ember's holding her ground. She is a royal princess. The matter of whom she mates with and the resources they shall use up with children is not to be trifled with. Will he try one more time? Perhaps speaking of her unparalleled beauty and how he just, being from a noble line himself, it's not like he didn't have anything to offer. He doesn't show a lot, but he has recessive hammertail, heat body, and saber fangs. Perhaps he will remind her of his fantastic nobility, the contributions he has made to the tribe. Although their mating may be, perhaps... He's got a lot to offer, basically. It's not well timed, and it isn't with the permission of the king and queen of the tribe, but... there we go! Yep, alright. She decided to remember of his noble traits and that he is of noble lineage, so there's a good chance that his offspring might have something powerful to offer to the Phoenix line after all. Alright, speaking of that, do we have anything to nibble over here? We have a lot of berries and some bonnels, so let's get Tempe kind of like, hey guys, what's up? Just sort of wandering in here, and I think he might be shooed away, so I want him to kind of see what's going on this edge of the island. Whale Islands have a lot of food, and they don't have a lot of food, kind of at the same time, I'm finding. Meanwhile, String Bean is going to be totally content and happy to gather up all of these toxic berries. She just has a knack of being able to get all of the dangerous bits of them out without getting poisoned herself. Noble Little Pepper is going to try out a bit of her song. There we go. We're going to allow Rose an opportunity to rest. Aha! And attack! I think that made her so proud. We're going to allow little Namael to remain pregnant oh, I missed him. I was gonna get him, and then he ran away. To remain pregnant just a little bit longer, Makri is going to jump down and begin to use his heat body powers to try to find where that invader has gone. Taro, I think, just heard Pepper's call from across the island, and it definitely perked his ears a little bit, but he is still helping his family with, there we go. He'll destroy that nest just to make use of the material again. And now that he has helped out with all of that, he might go wander and see what that singing was about. And then down here, little Ash is going to gather up some berries. His parents have once again fallen in love with each other. And I do think that little Raro, whose mother Rose is unfortunately about to pass away, is going to jump over and be completely happily occupied destroying grass under the watchful eye of Flame, the king. Zushudan is a noble. He can fly, but he doesn't have heat body, so he is a noble. And Yuka is a noble. She cannot fly, but she is a noble. She doesn't display heat body, so she's not immediately bumped into the royal line. But they're kind of, the children are playing at their feet. And Honey, I think, is going to need the comfort of her mate. So I'm gonna have him come up and maybe call out, because he is the king and should probably be calling out. And I think that Honey will follow the sound of his call to come to her mate and ask him what they should do about little Beans, who needs renamed. Let's name her Flicker. There we go. The way that a flame will flicker in the breeze and perhaps almost risk going out. Should we set an example as the Phoenix line and send her to eat of the poison berries so that she can slip from the world a little sooner? Or should we try to make an exception for her the way that we made for Rose and the others who carried hearts of ember? There is no heart of ember in Flicker, though. There is nothing that can really contribute to the tribe other than her bird beak, which there is plenty of. So I wonder if her royal parents may very, very soon have to make a very, very difficult decision. And meanwhile, Mivi is of the royal line because she is directly descended of Phoenix. So, ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Little Mivi, she's very strong. So I think Mivi is going to come over, and she and Tabashia, who has also got a heart of ember. So Tabasha actually gets... Oh, I added so many colors. Why did I add so many colors? There we go. Tabasha also gets a heart of ember since she has recessive heat body, and the nichelings can sense that in her. But Mivi and Tabasha, I think, are going to become friends. They kind of just, like, stumbled over each other and started laughing and playing and exploring this side of the island. There's not too much danger on the island at the moment, it seems. And Honey will seek comfort in the arms of her mate as they deal with the tragedy of having their first sickly daughter and wondering if they must set an example for the tribe. So, alright, let's go ahead. I think it is unfortunately Rose's final moments. We'll see what baby she has. I think she's my only pregnant... No, that's right. Ember. Princess Ember has actually been romanced, and we do have the secret love of a princess going on here. So let's go ahead and see what Rose, her final child, is going to be, and then what Ember's child will be, and we will deal with the fallout and hopefully the rise of the Phoenix next time. So first off, rest in peace, Rose. You did your best to be able to defend the tribe, and you left behind a strong son who has already become one of the pupils of the king and will no doubt rise high, perhaps even his children rising as high as to be able to go into the sky as a phoenix. A bat-winged phoenix, but a phoenix nonetheless. She had a double bat-winged baby! Squash Blossom! What a... We just had the birth of a phoenix. We just had the birth of a phoenix. Oh, Rose, I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I knew you wouldn't disappoint. Holy cow. Okay, we're gonna need to deal with that. And the secret child, Bakishu. Oh my gosh, he actually is fantastic. He has recessive heat body, blue eyes, he's got hammer tail. This was a much better pairing. Kikar, you may have actually romanced Ember into deciding that you were a good mate after all. Okay guys, we have a phoenix. We actually have our first phoenix. I'm sort of stunned. His name is Squash Blossom. I can't believe Rose decided to name her son Squash Blossom. I can't believe it's so literally fitting, because he's actually the colors of a squash blossom. But we will have to focus on, holy cow, unlocking Bird Beak and taking to the sky then. And once we get 2 or 3 of our nichelings, I really need to focus on starting to get the other things that I really want to be able to get, like Snout unlocked. We're going to try to unlock Snout while we're here. We're going to try to unlock that lovely peacock tail. We're very close to that. And then I just kind of want to get a flight of phoenixes, which I feel like is 5 phoenixes, heat-bodied flying nichelings. And we're good. Then we're ready to go. What? This is so cool. But alright, this is extremely exciting. And Zushudan is old enough to fly. Flame is truly witnessing the rise of greatness in this tribe. And we will have to see where we take it next time. So alright, do please leave a like for a lucky phoenix feather for this tribe. If you would like to join us in our nicheling pantheon for this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.